More NXT burials on the way. We are live, man. Teagan Nox, Shotzi Blackheart, and Toni Storm are making their way to SmackDown. Two of the three made their debut tonight. I wasn't a fan. Bayley is injured, out 9 months. WWE found a replacement for Bianca Belair and the SmackDown Women's Championship that will not be happening at Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins and Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin again are the final Money in the Bank qualifying matchups tonight. And boy, oh boy, Jimmy Uso. It's almost as if nothing ever happened this week. We're going to talk about that and all your SmackDown news and rumors coming out of tonight's show before next week's big return in front of live fans. This is the only show you need on your Friday night. This is your SmackDown post show right here on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. It is July 9th, 2021, and this is your SmackDown post show right here on Off the Script. Welcome to the OTS venue. As always, I am your host, JD from New York. SmackDown tonight. It was a newsworthy show. I wouldn't say it was a good show, but it was more newsworthy than anything WWE has done in the last couple of weeks. And it pretty much centered around Bayley and her being injured. Now, I was recording Off the Script for tomorrow, this afternoon. And good thing I went on Twitter during my little intermission, because usually I do half of the show, I go grab a little snack or a drink, hydrate for a little bit, and then attack the second part of the show. So good thing I went on Twitter, and I looked at my feed, and people were adding me about the WWE tweet that they put out. Bayley is injured. Apparently, she tore her ACL training for this Money in the Bank match with Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship coming up in about a week. Out 9 months. Out the rest of the year, potentially could be missing WrestleMania next year. Now, people have come back from this a lot earlier than the 9 months. We don't know what the diagnosis is for Bayley, but Bayley being injured was the big story going into tonight's SmackDown. So obviously that left WWE scrambling to figure out what to do next with the women's division, because if you're going to lose Bayley, it's not really a good thing. It's not a good look for an already depleted and terrible SmackDown women's division that already is operating without Sasha Banks until fans are back in attendance. Whenever that is, I don't know. So with Bayley being out, it obviously leaves a glaring hole in the SmackDown women's division. This woman was the MVP with Sasha Banks of WWE all last year, and I'm including that in just a general sense. Sasha and Bayley were the MVPs of WWE for the majority of the year. That was during the PC shows and during the pandemic. They led pretty much every show that they were on. They were on Raw, they were on SmackDown, they were on NXT. We got Sasha and Io, we got them going down to NXT and doing their shit down there. It was great. They never got boring. They always were entertaining. And it was just a culmination of what we really wanted between Sasha and Bayley. Now, Sasha and Bayley and what they had going on between themselves, I feel like there's some unfinished business there, but that's another story for a different day. I'll save that for a rainy day, which it seems to be doing outside right now. I hear the thunder and lightning outside my office window. Bayley being injured is just terrible timing, man. It really is just terrible timing, especially with all the youth coming up from NXT. Not like NXT talent is going to be pushed on this show right away. It should be. But Bayley mixing it up with a Shotzi, and Bayley mixing it up with a Teagan, Shotzi Blackheart. I don't want to get people out there used to just the singular name. Shotzi Blackheart. That's her name. It's not Shotzi, it's not Blackheart, it's Shotzi Blackheart. She unfortunately might have had her last name cut in half. Or her full name cut in half, only to remain the first name, which I don't like. This is a typical Vince McMahon thing, but anyway. Bayley versus Teagan, Bayley versus Shotzi, Bayley versus Tony. She seems to be the next one getting called up. All of these rumors about all three of these women having dark matches on Main Event before SmackDown were obviously true, because all three of these names are now on the SmackDown main roster. WWE had Bayley and Bianca happening at Money in the Bank. Now, to be fair, their last match was fine. But let's be real, folks. The build to this match and the build to this feud that's been going on for the last 3 pay-per-views coming out of WrestleMania, there's nothing interesting about it. Bayley has actually outshined Bianca Belair. If there's one thing that should be said, it's that Bianca Belair should consider herself lucky. Because at every twist and turn, Bayley's been making Bianca Belair look like a fucking idiot. She really has. Bianca Belair has looked terrible in every situation with Bayley. She doesn't sound like Bianca Belair, or at least the Bianca Belair that I remember seeing in NXT. This is not a more mature version of Bianca Belair. This is not a natural progression of Bianca Belair. I don't know what version of Bianca Belair this is, but it's not the one that we should be getting. Every twist and turn, I felt like I wanted Bayley to win the championship, and Bianca, I didn't really care about Bianca week after week after week. In fact, I was falling out of love with Bianca, which is typical of a WWE push for a babyface. Look at what they've done to Rhea Ripley. Look at what they've done to Drew McIntyre. I mean, those are the two glaring issues on Monday Night Raw, out of a whole sea of glaring issues. But Bayley and Bianca Belair, let's be real, it wasn't as exciting as it should have been. It was forced, it was rushed. There was another pay-per-view match coming up because there was nobody else on the roster to go one-on-one with Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank, so they went right to Bayley again. They had a serious issue. Now Bayley got hurt. At first, I thought it was a troll. And Bianca Belair even came out and said via her promo tonight that she thought that Bayley was faking the injury. I would not put it past her. But it's sounding like it's legit. So Bayley is off the roster for now. 9 months, surgery, rehabilitation. Goodbye. She's gone. So what does WWE do? They go and find a replacement for Bayley at Money in the Bank. They opt to not do the match at Money in the Bank, which, again, I don't really care. It's one less match I have to cover on Sunday night. They opt to go with Carmella. And they move the match from Money in the Bank to Friday next week on SmackDown instead. So it's 2 days, 48 hours before Money in the Bank on that Sunday. So it's Carmella versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And it's almost as if WWE legitimately put no effort into finding a replacement for Bayley. They were like, whatever. Let's go with the most competent woman that we have on the roster right now because Sasha Banks is just too obvious, and we're saving that for SummerSlam. So they go with Carmella. They make no logic out of anything. Carmella has had championship match after championship match after championship match this year, undeservedly so, and she's lost to Liv Morgan twice in a row. Twice in a row. I think the only match that she's won recently was against Liv Morgan because they wrestled 3 weeks in a row. Then Liv Morgan goes on to beat Zelina Vega, sell out Vega, on last week's show when she made her unfortunate return to the company. Liv Morgan should definitely be getting the title shot at Bianca Belair. Now, again, WWE doesn't have any choice in the matter. They don't really have much as far as options are concerned. So I guess Carmella makes the most sense as far as legitimacy going towards the SmackDown Women's Championship, but per storyline, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If WWE really wanted to troll us, and they really wanted some sort of creativity, and they wanted to get a pop out of me, you know, Sonya Deville's been leading the charge via the microphone as far as making these announcements. She's been working with Adam Pearce as far as a management position on this show. Sonya Deville came out and she announced that Carmella was getting the championship match and that Bayley was hurt. I don't know how you guys felt when Sonya Deville came out, but I was low-key hoping that Sonya Deville was going to announce herself as the challenger for Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank or whenever this match was happening with Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That would have been something different. That would have not only popped me, it would have given Bianca Belair somebody new to work with. It would have been something outside of WWE's comfort zone, and it would have continued the storyline with Liv Morgan. That's the reason why I wanted to see Sonya Deville come out and say, you know what, I'm putting myself in that match. It would have been great. It really would have been something different. But they opted to go with Carmella. And Liv Morgan comes out, cuts a promo, very fiery promo. And she asks, what about this favoritism is going on here? What are you doing? I won my last 3 matches. I beat Carmella twice. I beat Zelina Vega last week. And every twist and turn, you're just showing favoritism. What about me? Sonya Deville was like, you didn't let me finish. I'm pulling Carmella out of the Money in the Bank ladder match. She's getting a championship match against Bayley. I'm replacing Carmella with you in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So Liv Morgan's getting her opportunity anyway, but just a shit way to go about it. It really is just a shit way to go about it because you've pretty much wasted Liv Morgan's opportunity for the Money in the Bank by having her come off as a plan B. Oh, because Bayley got hurt, we're moving Carmella from here to here, and now because we have nobody else on the roster, we're putting Liv Morgan, a plan B, in Money in the Bank simply because Bayley is hurt. Simply because Bianca needs an opponent. So we opted Carmella for that spot, and we're giving you Carmella's Money in the Bank spot. Don't you think it's shitty of them to do that to Liv Morgan? I'm just looking at it from a perspective on how I would have done it. I would have never gone this way. I'm looking at it from a perspective of that really doesn't make Liv Morgan come off as a valiant underdog that's being undermined by management. Comes off like management had no other fucking choice, completely made everything that she's been through the last 3 weeks irrelevant, and made her a plan B. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's grade A shit booking. You didn't hear it from me, though. You'll have people on social media, the social media goblins, they'll be complaining, well, JD's negative. They got who they needed in the Money in the Bank, and he's still complaining. It's what they do. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So that's what happened, and that's what surrounded Bayley's injury and the information that came out of Bayley now being removed from WWE television for the next 9 months. The other thing is, with Bayley going down, clearly it showed that WWE was, I would say, in panic mode, is a good way for me to put it. Panic mode is what WWE was pushed into feeling. Because with Bayley being out, not knowing when Sasha Banks coming back, WWE opted to call up Shotzi Blackheart and Teagan Nox to the main roster. Now, on one hand, I want to be excited. I really do, because now you're venturing into fucking epic territory. Bianca Belair, Bayley's always going to be there. Bayley, Sasha, Bianca, Shotzi, Teagan, Tony, Liv Morgan if WWE wants to bring her up and make her a prominent female in the division. SmackDown's women's division now looks a little bit more competitive. But you can't forget Monday Night Raw. You really can't forget Monday Night Raw. They are on the brink of absolute fucking just disaster. If not already, over there on Monday Night Raw. I mean, if you now compare the women's divisions on SmackDown to Raw, I mean, SmackDown is looking like the fucking New York Yankees, and Monday Night Raw is looking like the Atlanta Braves, who are playing shit baseball right now. My Braves. Yes, I know. You guys get my point. It ain't looking good. It's not looking good at all. But I don't really get the excitement for Shotzi Blackheart and Teagan Nox. I really don't. First of all, you see a lot of people like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Oh my God, I'm so proud. Oh my God, this is great. You love to see it. All these fucking virtual signaling fucking geeks online because they refuse to say anything negative about the fucking product, man. It makes me wonder if these people are even fucking human at that point. What am I watching compared to what you're watching, man? I don't like to be negative. I don't. But I also didn't build my reputation on being a fucking liar. I also didn't build my reputation on being somebody that just rolls over and takes whatever WWE gives us and shoves it up my fucking pee hole. Give me a break. Why should I sit here and praise an NXT call-up? Do you guys realize that NXT is pretty much just a feeding system for the WWE to bury? I don't know why anybody's excited about these fucking moves. I mean, they got off to the wrong start already. I had some geek tell me on social media, oh, well, Teagan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart, they beat the tag team champions, man. I'm sorry, when did the tag team championships of World Wrestling Entertainment in the women's division become such a fucking notable prize? When did they become so prestigious? I'd love for you to fucking fill me in on that one. You do see who they're held by. Natty and Tamina Snuka. Yes, they're so prestigious, right? Give me a break. Guarantee half of the fucking people in this chat didn't even realize Tamina and Natalya were the tag team champions of WWE's women's division. Everybody's praising this like it's some grand fucking move. Oh my God, Shotzi Blackheart and Teagan Nox are on the main roster. Really now? I'm sorry, I failed to see why they need to be paired as a team. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Ricochet and Aleister Black. Remember when they were brought up from NXT? Why the fuck did they pair them as a tag team? They're two solo acts. Ricochet is a fucking modern day superhero for the kids. High-flying acrobatics. Incredible wrestler. Aleister Black's a loner. He's got fucking just this loner vibe to him. You killed all the mystique of Aleister Black when you paired him with Ricochet. I didn't mind it in the Dusty Classic that they were in, but then WWE kept it. They kept him as a team. They didn't need to be a team. So right from the word go, they were fucked up. Ricochet and Aleister Black were fucked up. That's what it reminded me of tonight with Shotzi and Teagan Nox. Nothing about them is even remotely tag team. Shotzi was teaming with Ember Moon. And I barely even liked that tag team. Ember Moon fit in very well after a little bit with Shotzi Blackheart. You hang around Shotzi, you start becoming like Shotzi. So I didn't mind it after a little bit. Because I always looked at Ember as being a solo act as well. But there's nothing about this pairing that reminds me of a tag team. Why do they need to be a tag team? Who said we need tag teams in the WWE's women's division? We don't need fucking tag teams. We need depth. We need depth. Shotzi is a solo. Tegan's a solo. Toni Storm's a solo. Enough with this fucking tag team agenda, man. The women's tag team championships are fucking dead. You have no legit tag teams in WWE. The only legit tag teams that are in WWE are the ones in NXT, and you barely have any of them left. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, they've been a pairing. They're about to be split up soon. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, the only reason why they're a team is because Candice is married to Johnny Gargano, and they enlisted Indy Hartwell, so all of them are in the same stable, so why not make them a tag team? Then you got Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, who are not ready to be called up, but are a legit tag team nonetheless. You don't have any of that stuff on the main roster, so why are we pairing Shotzi and Teagan Nox together when they're two solo acts and the women's division on SmackDown and Monday Night Raw need depth? They don't need tag teams. More and more, I prove myself to be right about the women's tag team championships. It's as worthless, or they are as worthless, as the 24/7 title. Burn it. You build everything around these tag team titles. You make debuts and promote around these tag team titles. Was this the best way to introduce them? Was that the best way to introduce them? I don't think so. I don't think that was a good way at all. But WWE has no fucking choice. They're going to do what they do, and I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to listen to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee butcher fucking Shotzi Blackheart's name, that cut off her last name. Don't know why we need to change people's fucking names. Another instance from a talent coming from NXT that goes to the main roster that they got to tinker with. There's nothing to tinker with. There's nothing to fix. Why must we change something? You look for something to change immediately when you got your eye on somebody. Why? I'm surprised she came out with the fucking tank tonight. I don't get it. Teagan Nox, Shotzi Blackheart. There's nothing to change. Throw those women in the fucking division and let them work. Two of the best workers you got in the goddamn division. You're pairing them in a fucking tag team. How does anybody look at that and say both of these women are being maximized and utilized to their full potential? Or am I just losing my mind? You want a better division? Listen to me. You want a better division? Don't look at WWE and deem them right. It's bullshit. Then you got Toni Storm, who fortunately, for now, still has her first and last name. I wouldn't be surprised after a couple of weeks they cut off the Tony and just leave Storm. As if she's some fucking Marvel superhero. I want to see what they change about Toni Storm. Toni Storm's got a perfect look. Perfect. Rocker. She's great in the ring. She's got a great look. They changed her theme music from the last time that I saw her, so she's already got a -1 there. There's nothing to change about her. Like there was nothing to change about Shotzi or Teagan Nox. Shotzi and Nox, they were calling them. You fucking kidding me? So Toni Storm, fortunately right now, still has her first and last name. But I don't get the excitement around, I get the idea of the excitement. Because we've been calling for a women's division to be plentiful, bountiful, right? Now you got Toni Storm, you got Teagan Nox, you got Shotzi Blackheart, mixed with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks coming back. I mean, how can anybody complain about that? But you do realize the people that they are now in the midst of. You do realize who's writing these shows, who's in charge here. This ain't no fucking Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, Matt Bloom, William Regal type operation. Match went fucking 4 minutes tonight with the goddamn tag team champions. Meanwhile, they were in a tag team title match not too long ago, and they went 20 minutes with Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. So please tell me how this debut was oh so great for Teagan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart. You fucking geek. What you're about to watch is a fucking burial. Sooner rather than later. And the funny thing is, I find it so hilarious. I find it so hilarious that WWE is now in the midst of pretty much cutting up the NXT women's division to fill the main roster women's division. Wasn't it this company, these same people on the main roster that fired Ruby Riott? That fired Mickie James? That fired Peyton Royce? Chelsea Green? Was this the same group of people? Oh, but now you need women's performers, women's superstars on the main roster. Nobody told you to go out and fire Ruby Riott when she was one of the more capable women you had in the entire fucking company. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, same people. Same people. Great job there, man. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing and vice versa. Bunch of fucking idiots who are in charge. They don't think. Then they backtrack. Oh, should we have released Aleister Black? Maybe we should go and get him. When they finally realized that he had 30 days instead of 90 days on his non-compete. That's when you wanted him. Maybe we should call him back. Maybe we should get him back in. Maybe we should renegotiate a deal. Too late, asshole. He was already on the phone with Tony Khan 48 hours before you actually came to that conclusion, and he had an epic fucking debut on Wednesday night. Blow me. Blow me. You couldn't do half of what Tony Khan's going to do with Aleister Black now on Dynamite. Cody Rhodes versus Big E. Which one would you choose? Give me a fucking break. Oh. I don't like to complain, man. It is very difficult. It is very difficult to sit here and get excited when I know the excitement's going to be there at first, but then when you see WWE Creative sink in their claws and they get a hold of NXT talent, Triple H creates, Vince kills. Everything that Triple H does ultimately gets changed. I say this time and time and time again. Watch Shotzi not come out with the tank when they get a little bit more acclimated with her on the main roster. Why? Because she's going to put all the top tier women to shame. She's going to stand out more than anybody else that's been on the main roster for years. They don't like that. They don't want that. So when you start to see things pulled from, their acts, certain aspects of their act are no more, you're going to reference this video. You're going to reference what I tell you. They don't want Triple H to give them gold. They don't want anything coming up from NXT that's handled by that team to make it on the main roster. They want to take it, they want to change it, they want to mold it into their own, and they want to have it succeed with their ideas, not his. They want to take what he's worked at and change it so that he looks bad in the end, change it to what they want, have it succeed so they laugh at him and really just kind of double down on what they're already feeling. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He'll never be in charge. That's the reason why they do it. Look at Ricochet, look at Black, look at Lee, look at Matt Riddle. They changed everything. So why would I ever be excited about anybody being called up from NXT? Why would I ever be excited about an Adam Cole being called up from an NXT, or a Tommaso Ciampa, or a Swerve, or Bronson Reed, or Cross? We're not done yet. It's going to be awful. It's going to be awful, man. I'm telling you right now. This is just the tip of the iceberg with NXT. NXT is going to be purged because of main roster fucking incompetence and main roster failure. It's coming. It's coming. Guys, we got a loaded show tonight. I got news and rumors. I got SmackDown coverage. We are going to talk about everything that happened on the show. What is this guy saying? Just last year, JD, Justin Crowder in the chat. Just last year, JD was burying AEW. Now they his buddies. Hypocrite energy. Get him out of the chat. Clearly, this guy's a noob. Justin Crowder's a fucking noob. I bury AEW? Clearly, you do not watch my program, motherfucker. Clearly, you do not watch my fucking program. Burying? When did I ever bury AEW? The only things I buried AEW on were the Dark Order segment that went viral, Jericho's Full of Blood and Guts, and certain aspects about what they do as far as too many people and too many factions. Getting everybody on the show every single fucking week for the sake of getting everybody on the show every single week. What the fuck are you watching? Now I'm being buddy-buddy with AEW? I've always been buddy-buddy with AEW because it's the better fucking program. You fucking half-witted idiot. The fuck out of my chat. Motherfucker. I do not stand for people to come into my live stream and my chat and tell me bullshit as if they think they're a fan of what I do. Open your fucking ears. SmackDown tonight. We're going to go over it. As you see, I'm in some fucking mood. We got some news on Chad Gable. We got news on WWE, Madison Square Garden, SmackDown Super Show with Monday Night Raw. News on SmackDown coming from the Rolling Loud Music Festival. Why Paul Heyman was pulled from Talking Smack. And Jimmy Uso. Why Vince McMahon didn't make a decision on Jimmy Uso and Seth Rollins. He qualified for Money in the Bank tonight. He got an apology from Matt Riddle in regards to Matt Riddle's wife and her comments towards Becky Lynch. So they are now on, I wouldn't say buddy-buddy best friends terms, but at least they can now be civilized amongst each other. So we'll talk about that, plus the SmackDown show tonight. And I want to thank you guys for joining me right here on Off the Script. We got 1,700 people, minus Justin Crowder, because he's a fucking half-witted idiot, in the chat. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you guys want to hit that thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Let's try for 1,000 likes in tonight's live stream. If you guys can get 1,000 likes, I'll buy everybody a round of cold beverages inside the venue, man. The bar is stacked. Jesse's back to work tonight. The ice bin is packed. The bar is packed. Everything's ice cold. I got the top shelf liquor ready to go, man. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and let's join the party tonight on YouTube. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys missed any of the content this week, we got Monday Night Raw. We got NXT Great American Bash. We got AEW Dynamite. Unbelievable Dynamite review with Jesse, man. Number one by far in the community, man. That video is almost at 33,000 views. So go and check that out. We talked about Malachi Black and his debut on AEW Dynamite. I got an extra this week as well about the Jimmy Uso DUI, and that happened the day of. So go and check that out if you guys want my immediate thoughts on that. And tomorrow we got episode 382 of the podcast, man. Off the script. Jesse, you did not call out, bro. Listen, I didn't get a text or a phone call, bro. Get back to work. Stop slacking off, man. I may have to dump you. Make sure you guys go and put a reminder out there. Off the Script 382 is live tomorrow at 5 p.m. So that is already recorded. It's uploaded. 2.5 hours, man. We talk about everything Aleister Black. I got more pertinent information about everything regarding his debut, why he was able to show up on Dynamite, my thoughts on that, Vince McMahon taking a listen to his new theme music and saying that it was shit. And then I also got news on Stephanie McMahon meeting with Fox Network executives on how to fix WWE's glaring ratings issues. All that plus so much more, including John Cena and Brock Lesnar's statuses for SummerSlam. Gonna be a big show tomorrow, man, so make sure you guys tune into that. 5 p.m. is the upload time for Off the Script, so go and check all of that out when you can tomorrow. If you guys want to go and get your t-shirts, man, listen, I got a new t-shirt out, and it's a oldie, but a revised new one. We got the Summer Scam t-shirts, man. They're now available on bonfire.com. Link is down in the description. I also believe Nightbot in the chat is leaving the link to Bonfire when he can. So make sure you guys go to bonfire.com and visit the official Off the Script storefront. Summer Scam t-shirts are now available, and they will be gone at the end of the summer. So make sure you guys go and get yours today, man. I know a lot of people have asked me for this design back, and now it's back. So go and support and get yourself a Summer Scam t-shirt today on bonfire.com. And today's podcast is sponsored by Manscaped, the new Lawnmower 4.0, man. Manscaped.com is where you guys are going to go, and you're going to take a look at the Lawnmower 4.0. You guys are going to use code SCRIPT20 at checkout to save 20% off this bad boy, man. And that includes free shipping. Manscaped.com. Use code SCRIPT20 to get yourself the new Lawnmower 4.0. And I want to thank them for once again sponsoring the podcast right here on Off the Script. Let's get into the top of SmackDown, man. The final Thunderdome show. I cannot wait to get rid of these virtual geeks, man. I really cannot wait. I would be happy to never see another virtual screen, another virtual geek. I'll be happy to never hear another piped-in fake crowd noise, even though I know we'll see it because WWE is notorious for even including them in live atmospheres because they're a bunch of fucking idiots. I will be happy to never see it ever again, man. It served its purpose. Now get it the fuck out of here, man. I can't wait. I said this once, I'm going to say it again. WWE is living in their own bubble. They're living in their own bubble. And with them having the crowd noise at the push of a button, they tell you who to cheer. They tell you who to boo. They tell all the geeks on the screens to cheer and boo for who they think they need to get over. You never know who's over. You never know who's not over. You don't know who is a crowd favorite, who the crowd doesn't want to see. You don't know. Next Friday, you'll know. Next Friday, you'll know for sure. But it's something that I'm looking forward to because SmackDown next week is looking to be a big show. It's looking to be a big show, and I really appreciate the fans coming back because they are going to bring the energy next week, I know, for SmackDown. And after what we saw tonight on SmackDown, it looks to be a major main event for next week's show. But SmackDown, not only are they leaving the Thunderdome, not only is WWE leaving the Thunderdome, SmackDown announced that the Madison Square Garden show is going to be a super show. It's going to be a Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown super show. So on Friday, it was revealed that Raw stars will also appear at the event as WWE is now billing their return to the world's most famous arena as a SmackDown super show. Now, because of the brand split, pay-per-view events are usually the only shows that feature both Raw and SmackDown. But being that WWE has to sell tickets to this show, they're including both Raw and SmackDown on this show. How that factors into the brand split, I don't know. Because the brand split is supposedly happening a week prior to this show. So we'll see how they try to integrate Monday Night Raw into the SmackDown side of things. Maybe they do Raw matches on SmackDown. I hope they don't mingle and kind of just blow the brand split up after doing the draft immediately. I would not like that. Why even bother having a draft? Why even bother splitting the rosters at that point? Why don't you just merge them? Like I've been saying for the last 7 years. Tickets went on sale to the general public as of Friday morning. The arena, if you guys are in New York, like I am, I will not be attending this show for this specific reason. If you guys are in attendance and you live in New York and planning to go to the show, the arena is requiring fans over the age of 16 to have proof of their COVID-19 vaccinations in order to attend the show. You won't catch me dead at that fucking show, man. Fuck that shit. This is not a decision made by WWE. This is strictly made by Madison Square Garden management. Good luck with that. I will not be caught dead at that fucking show. WWE is also running a SmackDown from the Rolling Loud Music Festival. Now, Rolling Loud and WWE are partnering for this year's event. This will bring WWE Friday Night SmackDown to the Rolling Loud event in Miami on July 23rd. So that's just right around the corner. That is quite a festival to collaborate with, as Miami is set for some big pro wrestling events. And we just got Dynamite on Wednesday, and Florida's been the centralized hub for pro wrestling since the pandemic started. So looks like Miami's going to be partying with not only AEW, but now WWE as well. WWE wrote up an announcement for the special episode of SmackDown where they also hyped the huge names that will appear at this year's Rolling Rock show. Gracing the same stage as festival headliners Travis Scott, Post Malone, and ASAP Rocky. Sounds like it's a show that I wouldn't be caught dead at. WWE superstars will compete in matches live from the Rolling Loud Miami Festival. The July 23rd edition of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox will feature a split-site broadcast with multiple matches at the Rolling Loud Miami Festival, and the remainder of the evening held at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. This is going to be a very interesting SmackDown, to say the least. So WWE is going to try and be cool and hip for at least 1 week. Now, I don't know if this is going to be taped to be shown there, or it's going to be actually live. Like, remember that Raw 25 episode of Monday Night Raw where they simulcast from the Barclays Center and then the Manhattan Center as well. Both of those shows were live. They were both separate live audiences for those shows. So I wonder if it's going to be like that. I would prefer it to be live. WWE has done that before in the past, so hopefully they do the same thing here. But SmackDown is going to be coming from the Rolling Loud Music Festival, and that is happening on July 23rd, Friday Night SmackDown. Let's check the chat in here, man. I was looking at the chat before. A lot of you guys were telling me to put on subscriber mode. What's the problem? What's going on in the chat that I need to put subscribers only? Are there geeks in the chat? I'm not shutting the chat down. I'm not. I got the option to do something else, which I will do if need be. So let me know what's going on. Some people are saying they're getting lag in the chat. Fix your fucking internet. It ain't me. I got excellent connection here on YouTube. Fix your fucking internet or lower the resolution on your YouTube player. Anyway, SmackDown. We got the first guy that we see on the show is Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso is the first guy we see on SmackDown, as if nothing ever happened. So we go into the normal SmackDown intro video, and we get the full song, the full AC/DC song playing, and we get the full video package because this is the final SmackDown before they go back to live fans. They need to update that video intro because they got the old Roman Reigns on there. We need the new tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Now, the first thing we see is Jimmy Uso approaching Heyman, and he's in the back wanting to talk to Roman Reigns. So Paul Heyman says, no. You talk to him when he's ready. So the first thing that we saw was Jimmy Uso. So as Jimmy is shooed away, Jimmy says he's gotten Edge's face last week for us, not himself, for us, the family. He didn't see Reigns last week. He said Reigns wasn't at the show. Uso says he showed up while Reigns was on vacation. Reigns is in the ring, obviously, after all this is over. So Reigns comes out. He obviously is going to address Edge. And Jimmy Uso is there. So Reigns says, listen, I didn't tell you to make decisions for us. Who are you to make decisions for anybody? Reigns says, if anybody's earned a vacation, it's me. So good on Roman. So he was busy, he says, doing what Jimmy couldn't do. Doing Jimmy's job. So the Usos' music plays while Reigns and Jimmy Uso are in the ring, and out comes Jey Uso. Out comes Jey Uso. Jey says he's back. He's back now, not for him, not for his brother, but for all of them. All of them. He tells Jimmy he's always got his back, even through these tough times right now. So clearly that was a DUI arrest reference by Jey Uso to Jimmy. Jey tells Jimmy that they need to get back to what they do best, and that is win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Reigns says, this is what I've been saying all along. No one can touch our family if we are all together. He goes on to say, no one can touch them if they do everything his way. Reigns opens up his arms as if he's some fucking mafia boss. He gets a hug from both Jimmy and Jey Uso, and they all embrace in the middle of the ring to open SmackDown. So Jimmy Uso was pretty much, and I'm going to use a big word for you guys out there. Some of you people in the chat may be too stupid to understand the definition of it. Jimmy Uso was exonerated from all that was on his plate this week outside of WWE. And I knew that was going to be. I didn't really think it was going to be week of. He's going to be back on the show. I thought he may sell the injury or sell the attack from Edge last week. It'll be just Reigns and Edge this week because they didn't really need the Usos. Jay's been off TV. Jimmy got the DUI arrest. He doesn't need to be on TV. At least play with me. Show me, tease me that he's going to get some fucking help. He's back on TV. I was not surprised to see him back on TV because this is exactly what I said on my video and exactly what I said on Off the Script tomorrow when we talked about all the new information that came out about this particular situation. Jimmy Uso's never going to get fired. Never going to get fired. He would never be in position to lose his job at all. WWE would never punish anybody in the Anoa'i family. And I mentioned because WWE is trying to convince Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to come back and finish this storyline with Roman Reigns. Whether he comes back at Survivor Series, whether he signs on for a match at WrestleMania in Dallas, they would not do anything to upset anybody in that family, ever. Especially with Roman Reigns and Dwayne potentially being a main event for WrestleMania next year. They don't want to fuck that up at all. Now, Vince McMahon did nothing about Jimmy Uso leading up to this show. People were reaching out to WWE for a statement. because they reportedly were pissed, aggravated, and upset, disappointed. Every feeling you could possibly feel in a situation like that, WWE was feeling. But that's all that it really amounted to. Vince didn't even want to deal with it. They had Raw on Monday. Then they taped Raw next week on Tuesday. They didn't deal with Jimmy Uso until Friday afternoon when they scripted him into the show. They didn't want to hear about it on Tuesday. They didn't want to hear about it on Wednesday. They didn't want to hear about it on Thursday. So what did they do? Somebody paid his bail, $500 bond. He's no longer in jail, clearly. He's on SmackDown. They just factored him into the show like they were going to factor him into the show as if he was never arrested for a DUI. Cleared of everything. At least in WWE and with management. It went through Vince. I'm pretty sure it went through Johnny People Power. People Power. Sure, he had to say something about it. He's head of talent relations. Then it probably went to Bruce. Then it probably went to the other people right underneath Bruce as far as who writes this show. And that's it. Probably had a stern talking with Vince. Probably had a stern talking with People Power. And then Bruce and the rest of his fucking clown parade wrote him into the show. I seriously hope. Because this is it. I mean, there's no point in talking about it after this, really. I hope his family gave him the lashing verbally that he really needed. Or maybe they didn't. I don't know. This is 5 fucking times with this guy. I hope his family said something. I hope Vince said something. I hope People Power said something. Can't have this guy continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. When he kills somebody, and it will happen if it continues to go ignored, what is WWE going to do then? That won't look good to the shareholders now, will it? You have a sponsored rehab for a reason. Send him there. While he's not on TV, send him to rehab. And if he doesn't go, you dock him pay, you issue suspensions, you tease him with termination. He must go. I don't give a shit what happens. This is not a serious, this is not a situation this serious to be played with. Alcoholism kills. You gotta send this guy to go get help. The fact that he's on TV is fucking tone deaf to everybody watching this show. Tone deaf on WWE. It's a fucking joke. This is not one time. It's 5 fucking times. How many times has he done it and not gotten caught? Nobody's going to convince me that he's only been driving behind the wheel 5 fucking times and he got caught 5 fucking times. How many times has he done it and gotten away with it? That's what I want to know. And who was with him that night that allowed him to get into a fucking vehicle? Whoever that is, I don't know, man. Maybe he was drinking with Bruce. Maybe he was drinking with management. That's why he didn't get punished. Or maybe he was drinking to fucking drown his sorrows because he knows Monday Night Raw was terrible. He got arrested at 10:30 on Monday night. Clearly he wasn't watching Monday Night Raw. I don't blame him. All joking aside, he needs help. Serious help. They didn't do anything about it, clearly. There's no reason to talk about it anymore. He's back on TV, and clearly all the plans that they had for the Usos are rolling right along into SummerSlam. Money in the Bank qualifying match. Baron Corbin and King Shinsuke Nakamura. Baron Corbin was backstage. Kayla Braxton approached. She asks about tonight's Money in the Bank qualifier against Shinsuke again. There were legitimately people on social media defending this match again. I don't believe I have to see that there was nobody else for Shinsuke Nakamura to advance into the Money in the Bank ladder match against. It had to be Baron Corbin. Or maybe not give it to me 4 other fucking times before this and save this night for this match. Barely anybody gave a shit. And they wonder why SmackDown ratings are the fucking lowest they've been on Fox. Here's one of the reasons why. Give me a break. So, Corbin says he needs to win this match. His life is a mess. Yeah, so is creative. He's lost his crown, his car. He missed his house payments. Oh, poor baby. Missed his house payments. Give me a fucking break. And is close to having his house foreclosed on. Sure thing. Why don't you go sell some of those fucking Rolexes you keep, showing off on social media? Had a fucking white gold Submariner worth $40,000 on his fucking wrist. There you go. House is being foreclosed on. He goes on about winning Money in the Bank again. Yeah, because the first time you won it was really successful, right? You got rolled up by Jinder Mahal. A fresh Baron Corbin. I remember that like it was yesterday. A fresh Jinder Mahal, or a fresh Baron Corbin, rather, got rolled up by a Jinder Mahal who went 15 minutes with John Cena on SmackDown. You really want to bring that up again? Your Money in the Bank win doesn't even amount to anything. The fuck wants to look back on that? He goes on about winning it again and says winning is the only opportunity he has at turning his life back around. Yeah, no, the only way you got to turn your life back around, the only opportunity you got is to get away from Bruce Pritchard. Because clearly this shit sucks. Nakamura and Corbin, not a bad match. I mean, I don't see how anybody could fucking care after seeing this 9 fucking times on SmackDown. Went about 11 minutes. We got Boogs. My boy Rick Boogs, man. You gotta love Rick Boogs. He's getting more comfortable with his role every week. I'm still waiting on a fucking reason as to why these two are paired. I guess I should give up on that hope, right? Or maybe I'll just DM him. Bro, you gotta tell me. How did this pairing come about, man? I gotta know. Why are you on TV with Nakamura? He just got randomly thrown out there with no explanation. I love it. I love the fucking riffage. I love the guitar. I love the energy. I love the charisma. Why are you with Shinsuke? Because good luck getting a fucking explanation out of Bruce Pritchard, man. Jesus Christ. So he's doing his thing. I was hoping low-key for Nakamura to win this. I was pretty confident Nakamura was going to win this. I can't wait to see Rick Boogs and the reaction he gets in front of a live audience, man. It's going to be absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. He's going to be as over as anybody on the main roster. Mark my words. This actually may. The funny thing is, this pairing in front of a live audience, this may take Nakamura to levels that I don't think he's seen on the main roster. I'm very much looking forward to it. So, Pat McAfee was out there. Big E was out there for some reason. He was just watching, I guess because this is a Money in the Bank qualifying match. He wants to see who his opponent is going to be, or one of his opponents at Money in the Bank. He came out wearing a ding-dong hello t-shirt by Bayley to kind of honor Bayley because she was injured. So good on Big E. The MVP of WWE, Miss Bayley. So he wore one of her ding-dong hello t-shirts. He was sitting on a couch outside by the commentary desk. He was having his feet massaged in a little massage machine by ringside. He asked Pat McAfee to join him sitting on the couch. They did commentary from the couch while getting their feet massaged. Michael Cole even said, "Are you really getting your feet massaged during SmackDown?" And Pat McAfee was just rolling right along, man. He was dancing and fucking headbanging to Rick Boogs while getting feet massaged. It's great. It's awesome. So they showed footage from earlier in the day of Corbin's car that got repossessed by the Repo Man last week. And they showed this week Nakamura and Boogs driving around in his car from last week. So they said they got it at a very cheap price at the auction today. So there you go. Corbin's car is now in the possession of Shinsuke Nakamura. So Corbin was in control. He went shoulder first into the ring post. Nakamura was in control. Corbin hit a deep 6. He then tried to place Nakamura on the top rope. Nakamura fought out and locked in a triangle submission hold. Corbin fought back, hit a powerbomb. Nakamura held on. Corbin made it to the ropes to break the triangle hold. Nakamura went for the Kinshasa. Corbin countered with a clothesline, turned him inside out. The finish came when Nakamura hit a series of knees, and then the Kinshasa for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Shinsuke Nakamura is going to Money in the Bank. He will not win. My prediction is Big E Big E's going to win Money in the Bank, and he's going to get revenge on Bobby Lashley for what Bobby Lashley will do to not only Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, but all of the New Day, and he will get revenge and win the WWE Championship. He even mentioned it tonight. He's like, I've never received a WWE Championship opportunity solo. So there you go. There's the little seed, little bird seed planted right there for Big E to win that Money in the Bank briefcase, take it over to Monday Night Raw, and cash in on Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. Because from what I read today, Brock Lesnar will not be at SummerSlam, and there is right now creative indifference with Brock Lesnar. Talk about that tomorrow on Off the Script, episode 382. But Shinsuke Nakamura is in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So moving on to the next segment, we got Usos. They're backstage. Jimmy Uso apologized to Jey Uso, but Jey says it's nothing. They've been doing this since they were kids. Jey says someone like Edge will bring a family back together. Jey asks Jimmy if he's ready to take care of some family business tonight before Jimmy does. Jimmy stares with this serious look on his face, and he's contemplating, should he really go and help his brother take out Edge? Women's Tag Team Champions Natalya and Tamina Snuka versus Teagan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart, who WWE calls just Shotzi, as if she's a fucking board game that I find down the toy aisle in Walmart. Yahtzee! Shotzi Blackheart. I hope to God they bring back her last name, because it just makes no sense to cut off her last name. It doesn't. It doesn't sound better. It doesn't sound cooler. Shotzi Blackheart is a fucking cool-ass name, man. Stop changing shit that doesn't need your attention. Of all the things to change, you want to tinker with somebody's fucking name, as if there's not 1,001 fucking things to change on Monday Night Raw. Teagan Nox is back. She's had how many surgeries now? It's amazing. You know, I was talking about this with Hoot Media tonight. It's amazing how Bayley goes her entire career without being injured, and she's in a title match out 9 months for a freak accident, training for this match, and Teagan Nox, she goes the opposite direction. She continues to get hurt. It's like every other fucking month she's out 9 months. It's unreal. So we got this match. It barely went 4 minutes, if that. Barely went 4 minutes. So they referred to Shotzi Blackheart and Teagan Nox as Shotzi and Nox throughout the match. That sounds just lame as fuck, man. It really does. Didn't get a lot of time. Teagan Nox and Shotzi were in control early. Champions then took over. Tamina took it to Shotzi with a hard clothesline, dropped an elbow on Shotzi, went for a cover, got a near fall. Natalya went for a pin. Nox broke it up on Shotzi. She followed with a cannonball on Tamina in the corner. Natalya rocked Nox with a discus clothesline, took her out of the match. She rolled out of the ring. Shotzi then tags in, took over on Natalya, hit the ball pit, which is her senton, off the top rope, and she pinned Natalya on SmackDown. So we got a 3-minute match with Shotzi Blackheart and Teagan Nox over the tag team champions. Not really all that exciting, folks. Not really all that exciting. So they beat the tag team champions because you clearly can't have them lose their first match out. So what happens when WWE has this tag team match that inevitably is going to happen? Are they going to lose? What happens then? Are you going to make Shotzi and Teagan Nox your new tag team champions because they're the fresh new faces on the brand? What happens when they win the tag team championships? Do they have any other teams to go up against? No. No, they don't. So what's the fucking point? Like I said before, we don't need tag teams. We need depth. Stop centering everything, call-ups, feuds, matches around the tag team championship. You are hindering the growth of your women's division with these tag team titles. They were a waste then, never should have been created then, and they're a waste now. Nobody gives a fuck. They're the most irrelevant titles in all of wrestling. But somehow, people are going to claim that they need them because women's empowerment. women's agenda. I'm about logical empowerment. I'm about bettering a whole fucking division, not a tag team division within the division. Big fucking difference. Get rid of them. It's a waste of fucking TV time. This was a shit debut. 2 solo acts put in a tag team because you have nothing for them to do. And you have no tag teams. Shit debut. Megan Morant interviewed Edge. He was backstage. He commented on Roman Reigns and the Usos reuniting. Edge says he will save his comments for later when he goes to the ring to call out Roman. He takes shots at Roman and then the Usos and mentions that this won't be a happy family reunion. That's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. So he's going to take out the entire Roman family. He's going to take out the entire bloodline tonight on SmackDown. Sonya Deville, she comes out. Bayley's out for 9 months with an injury. What the injury is, I heard it was an ACL. I guess we'll get some concrete information on that this weekend. So Deville is out there to announce Bayley's replacement for the Money in the Bank match, or SmackDown match, championship match against Bianca Belair. So Deville is in the ring. She says this is an announcement she never wanted to have to make. She then announces Bayley is injured, and we get a video message from Bayley, which was great. You expected Bayley to be, oh my God, boo-hoo, woe is me. I'll be back, fans. I love you all. Don't worry about my injury. I'm going to train and I'm going to rehabilitate and I'm going to come back stronger. That you thought you were going to get a Bayley promo like that, huh? Yeah, you fucking marks. Bayley says this sucks because everyone wanted to see the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion win her title back. She goes on and says, now that I think about it, the fans don't care at all. She did this to get better at Money in the Bank, and this is all your fault, blaming the fans. Bayley doesn't give a damn who her replacement is because they won't be better than her. God, I love that woman. So good, man. You gotta love Bayley. Deville then announces Bayley and Belair is off, and Belair will not defend her SmackDown Women's title at Money in the Bank. Instead, she will defend the next Friday night on SmackDown in Houston next week. Deville brings out Belair's opponent, and let's pick up the remote control, folks. See what Guy Fieri's doing on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Oh, it's Carmella. Change the channel. Somebody get the fucking TVs in this fucking place. Put on Triple D, man. Come on. Fuck's going on here, man? Carmella? Really? Carmella gets the title shot. And she comes out. She's dressed in this very skimpy red outfit. And Carmella brags and goes on about how she's the most beautiful woman in all of WWE and how talented she is. Liv Morgan then comes out and starts a very fiery promo. She's not happy. She goes on about how Carmella didn't earn her title shot, which she did not, by the way. She yells at Deville for favoritism and says she can't just appoint Carmella to a title match. Oh, well, she can. I don't know why Sonya Deville is in a management position. We don't have an explanation on that. But she should not be appointing Carmella to a title match at all. Especially over somebody like Liv Morgan, who, get this, folks, simple concept, has won matches. Carmella has lost matches. Once a loser in WWE, always a winner. For some reason. I don't get it. Carmella interrupts. They have a war of words back and forth. Liv Morgan threatens to slap Carmella again. So Deville then gets in Liv Morgan's face. She gets loud. Says, listen, if you would have listened and waited for me to say what I had to say, you would have heard me say, Carmella's getting a title shot. You're taking her place in Money in the Bank. Now, if you don't get out of my fucking ring in 30 seconds, I'm going to change my mind. So Liv Morgan got all happy. So she says, I'm winning Money in the Bank. Then looked at Carmella and said, when I win, I hope you beat Belair, because when I win Money in the Bank, I'm cashing in on you, and I'm going to beat your ass. So Belair then comes out, and she is standing on the stage. Liv Morgan and Belair cross paths. They look at each other. Liv Morgan points to the Money in the Bank briefcase as if she's telling Bianca Belair, I'm coming for you, bitch. I'm coming for you. Look out. Belair says she's not sure if Bayley's injury is even real, but she respects Bayley's competitive skills and looks forward to finishing what they have going on when Bayley returns. There you go. Belair says she's glad to accept the title match for next week. She tells Carmella she will see her next week. Belair raises the title in the air, and Carmella is in the ring talking trash to Bianca. And that was pretty much it. Could have did this so much better. Carmella is not the one. I guess it's okay as a way to look at it. It gets Belair through Money in the Bank, and then they can concentrate on Sasha Banks, I guess. This is just an interim bump in the road. So it is what it is. But what I stated in the beginning, Liv Morgan is somewhat on a semi-hot streak. They're somewhat still not even using her to her maximum potential. But I don't like the way Liv Morgan has won matches, and then yet, in this instance on this show, she's cast off as a plan B. Like, no, you should be in Money in the Bank because you won matches. Not because Carmella got pulled to fill in for Bayley. Bianca Belair should have an opponent, and Liv Morgan should be placed in Money in the Bank regardless. Not because Bayley is injured and Carmella is now her replacement. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Doesn't make the talent look good. Why did Liv Morgan win those matches? What is the last 3 weeks of television in regards to Liv Morgan now? Why do they mean anything? It's like you rewrote the shows and they don't mean anything. What I watched has no fucking meaning on what is happening now. That's what WWE does. So they book their shows. Paul Heyman. He approached Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns was backstage sitting down watching the show. He says, I'm sorry to disturb you, Tribal Chief. We have a problem. It's Edge. Heyman says Edge plans on pulling Reigns' Punk card tonight and calls him to the ring. He says, Edge has questioned your manhood. Roman Reigns looks on, and he's clearly not happy at all. Paul Heyman was in the news, man. Paul Heyman was in the news. Paul Heyman was actually pulled from Talking Smack. I don't know why Paul Heyman was pulled from Talking Smack, but apparently it is now a concrete decision. It's a permanent decision. His replacement is Pat McAfee. So fans will have to get used to not seeing Paul Heyman. I thought he did a fantastic job there with Kayla. Last week's episode saw Pat McAfee work the show instead of Kayla Braxton. Dave Meltzer reported in The Observer that Heyman is now off Talking Smack, as he was told this change is permanent and not a 1-week thing. It was added that there's no real reason for this decision, but a company decision. It's a company decision to pull him. So what that means is WWE's doing it for absolutely no reason. Or maybe they do have a reason, and I'll tell you that reason in a second. Now, with anything, WWE can obviously change plans. If McAfee doesn't work out, they could always slot Paul Heyman back in there. But he's had some great promos. Some really great, some of the best promos of the year. With Big E and Apollo and Kevin Owens and Edge on the show. Daniel Bryan on the show. I mean, everything that Paul Heyman did somehow went viral in the IWC. Everybody praised his work on that show, man. He brought legitimacy when legitimacy was needed. He's just a master of his craft. Everybody that he spoke to, one-on-one, face-to-face, was better off for it. Because that's how good he is. Now, Talking Smack, Talking Smack's gone back to the days of 2016, 2017. We had some memorable moments then with Daniel Bryan and Renee Young. I'm sure they tried to weasel this show back onto television to get Renee Young to re-sign with the company because she was so affiliated with the show. She obviously left and didn't want to be with the WWE anymore. Her contract ran out. So they gave the spot to Kayla Braxton. Paul Heyman was somebody that brought it as close to the old vibe than we could possibly ever get from anybody else. The old vibe of Talking Smack was killed because Vince McMahon realized that they were clearly breaking kayfabe left and right. And he didn't want any of their superstars to be cast off in that light. It was too real for Vince McMahon, so he pulled the plug. Now he brought it back, obviously under some revisions, and that's why he put Paul Heyman there. Because Paul Heyman, he could keep it within the storyline arc. He could come off as Paul Heyman, like he usually does on SmackDown, but he also could come off in this very work-shoot type promo with almost anybody. It's almost as if he worked everybody into thinking that it was a shoot on Talking Smack. But everything that he said was legitimate. Everything was said, and it was pertinent to who he was talking to. But it also had to do with what's happening on SmackDown. Everything that happened on the old Talking Smack, they were breaking that fourth wall fucking left and right, man. There was no pieces to that fourth wall. So Paul Heyman is gone. Now, Pat McAfee, I mentioned this tomorrow. You know, Pat McAfee may do a good job. Will he do a better job than Paul Heyman? Probably not. But Pat McAfee's been great. But I gotta ask, how much is too much Pat McAfee? We hear him for 2 hours on SmackDown, then we gotta hear him on Talking Smack? You don't want to overstay your welcome with Pat McAfee. Paul Heyman was seen in a segment here and a segment there. He rarely says anything unless prompted to say something with Roman Reigns. Then he's on Talking Smack. You don't get to see a lot of Paul Heyman. So how much is too much Pat McAfee? But I will say this. The reason why they pulled Paul Heyman is because, and if you guys are aware, on Thursday, Paul Heyman changed his Facebook profile picture to a photo that comes from WrestleMania 31. It was a picture of him looking on as Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar wrestled at WrestleMania 34, I believe it was. And it was a picture of him smiling, looking into the ring as Roman Reigns was being beat by Brock Lesnar. Now, I don't know what that means. It could be foreshadowing something. I just think it's Paul Heyman getting people to talk, because that's one of the best things he does, is get people to talk. But I think they pulled him from Talking Smack because Brock Lesnar's going to be back. They don't want Paul Heyman everywhere. They don't want him on SmackDown. They don't want him on Talking Smack. They don't want him on Monday Night Raw. So Paul Heyman was pulled from Talking Smack because he's going to be put with Brock Lesnar, and Lesnar is bound to return. How much is too much Paul Heyman? You don't want Paul Heyman to get boring. You don't want Paul Heyman to lose his mystique. If he's on SmackDown with Roman and then he's on Raw with Brock Lesnar and then doing Talking Smack, then maybe he should be doing Raw talk as well. Can't have him everywhere. So they pulled him and they put a more neutral guy in there with Pat McAfee. That's the only logical decision or outcome I could come up with. So that's that. He's not on Talking Smack anymore. So if you guys have not watched Talking Smack and then you go and watch Saturday and then you see Pat McAfee there and wonder where Paul Heyman is, that is the reason. Let's check the chat, man. Let's see what's going on here. We got 1,700 in the chat. Thank you guys very much for joining me here this evening. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. We are trying for 1,000. That's an easy goal, man. Why don't we have, we got almost 1,800 in here. Why don't we have 1,000 thumbs up, 1,000 likes on the video? What's going on here? I don't understand you guys. Do that for me, man. It's free. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And I want to thank today's sponsor, man, Manscaped, with their new lawnmower 4.0, man. Tonight's SmackDown podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. Over 2 million men have used and trusted Manscaped. And with this exclusive offer, you guys are going to get 20% off using code SCRIPT20 at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving down there with a well-designed and optimized trimmer that makes shaving one of your favorite pastimes in the bathroom. Now, I've tried it, and normally with these razors, man, especially in areas like that, you can test it on your arm, you can test it on your face. Normally with razors like that, man, the blades, they're not really all that good. They cut you, they nick you, doesn't feel good. You got to be very careful with it so you don't get cut and nick on your skin, but not with the Lawnmower 4.0, man. It is awesome. It is completely next level. They've engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer and focused on intelligent functionality and incredible, comfortable grooming experiences. Their 4th-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. So now you guys can feel confident no matter where you are shaving, and it's awesome. The Lawnmower 4.0 even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard lengths, sizes 1 through 4. And did I mention, one of the best things about this, man, wireless charging. The new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help the battery length last longer. It's unbelievable, man. It's time to get your own ball hair and body hair trimmer and use Manscaped. It's time to make time for yourself and make that time the best time, man. Maximize your time. Enhance your body with confidence and some nice, smooth shaving thanks to Manscaped, man. Get 20% off and free shipping. Use code SCRIPT20 at manscaped.com. That is code SCRIPT20 at checkout. Manscaped.com plus the free shipping. And I want to thank them for sponsoring Off the Script right here on the SmackDown post show, man. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job. Awesome. Money in the Bank qualifying match, man. Cesaro and Seth Rollins. Another rematch. Go figure. Is there ever going to be a SmackDown show without a fucking rematch? This was awesome. These guys in the ring are just great together. Cesaro got busted open. It went almost 18 minutes. So I'm glad that... The one thing I'm glad about with these Money in the Bank ladder matches, these qualifying matches, is that some of these matches have really gone the limit. And with the length of some of these matches, it shows the importance of what the Money in the Bank briefcase and the contract means to these guys, which is great. That's what should be happening. Kevin Owens joined Pat McAfee and Michael Cole on commentary. He always brings a sense of dry humor and wittiness to the commentary booth, which I always appreciate. So good on KO. A man who is multi-talented is Kevin Owens. So Rollins was in control. He slammed Cesaro face first onto the announce table. He took over. Kevin Owens was being very dry and witty and sarcastic with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was getting angry. He shoved Cesaro into the stairs. Rollins slowed the pace down, worked Cesaro in the ring with some basic submissions. Cesaro escaped eventually. He fought over a backslide with Rollins. Rollins landed on his feet and rocked Cesaro with some kicks to the back of the head. Cesaro fought back with uppercuts. Rollins eventually cut him off. Cesaro climbed to the top rope. Rollins cut him off. Rollins hits a superplex, rolls through. He went for the Falcon Arrow, but Cesaro countered with a superplex over the rope, over the top rope. So it wasn't really a superplex, it was a superplex to the outside because they went over the top and hit the floor. So that was awesome, man. It looked like it sucked. The landing looked like it sucked on the way down. So Cesaro then eventually had Rollins in the giant swing. Rollins escaped the sharpshooter after the swing. Cesaro came back with an uppercut, pulled Rollins out of the corner into a sit-out powerbomb. Rollins pulled off the turnbuckle pad. The referee, Charles Robinson, was like in another world. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He was staring at the turnbuckle pad. Cesaro at this point had Rollins pinned for at least a 2 count. So then he realizes, oh, there's a pin, but there's a turnbuckle pad. How did it come off? So there was a little miscommunication there. So Cesaro attempted an uppercut off the second rope. Rollins countered. Rollins then dropped Cesaro onto the exposed steel of the missing turnbuckle pad. That busted him open badly. Rollins tried to win by countout. Cesaro made it back in the ring by 9 3/4. Rollins then kicked Cesaro back to the corner, gave him a DDT on the outside, eventually on the ramp. Rollins jumped back in, tried to win by countout, like I said. Rollins went for the curb stomp. Cesaro countered with the sharpshooter. Rollins slipped out. Cesaro hit an uppercut. Cesaro fell to the mat. Rollins hit the curb stomp anyway for the out-of-nowhere victory. 1, 2, 3. Rollins is going to Money in the Bank. I was contemplating what would be the best approach for this match. I know they probably want Rollins in the Money in the Bank ladder match because he's the biggest name out of the two. But how great would it have been if Cesaro, and we talked about Cesaro, his push is over. Cesaro's push is over, man, and clearly by this, it's done. Now, that doesn't mean he can't be utilized in a mid-card position. I hope that he gets used. An IC title would be great against Apollo going into SummerSlam. I think that would be awesome. Got to reward the guy somehow. Cesaro versus Apollo? Sign me up, man. Sign me up. Then you could do Cesaro versus Sami Zayn, Cesaro versus Kevin Owens. You got a lot of different opportunities for Cesaro there, man. Really. But regardless of that, I hope he gets booked in a SummerSlam match. But his feud is over with Rollins. His push is done. I was hoping that Cesaro would win because it would actually play nicely into Rollins not getting into Money in the Bank, not having a chance to win the briefcase, and then he could really just break down and challenge Edge at SummerSlam and really take out his frustrations on Edge. Edge gets a title shot because he asked for it. It's unfair. I lost to Cesaro. I shouldn't have to qualify. I beat this guy already. Just take it out on Edge, and then boom, start your feud that way. But they opted to have Rollins in there because, like I said, he's the bigger name of the two. I just hope that Cesaro gets a nice push going into SummerSlam against Apollo Crews. Take my money for that IC title. Edge. Speaking of Edge, he was backstage, and this was another tease planted for the Edge and Seth Rollins match at SummerSlam. So Caleb Braxton was backstage with Rollins. He's celebrating his Money in the Bank spot. Says Cesaro is not on his level, and he is the present and the future. So Rollins ends up mocking Roman Reigns. He then rants about how he might cash in Money in the Bank to win the Universal title. He says, the last time I won the Money in the Bank, I cashed in on, who was it? And then he makes fun of Roman Reigns. So he's proclaiming that he's going to do it again and cash in on the Universal Championship. So Edge is there. Edge walks into frame. Edge says Rollins hasn't changed since 2014. And then he says, don't you think I forgot? So there you go. That's all the proof you need for Rollins and Edge at SummerSlam. Edge goes on to say he's about to do something Rollins would never do. That is go to the ring and call out Roman Reigns one-on-one. Again, seeds planted for a Edge-Rollins match at SummerSlam. Rollins is not winning Money in the Bank. Otis. We've seen a video of Otis and how dominating he has been as of late. Chad Gable's backstage with Otis. He doesn't care if you're a top guy like Edge or Roman or a tag team like the Street Profits, no matter who the opponent is. If you step to the Alpha Academy, the result will be the same. Otis then looked into the camera and said, I will destroy everyone. So they're really going all in on this fucking Otis heel turn, man. He's their next big monster on SmackDown. He's looking great. He really is looking great. I got news on Chad Gable, man. Chad Gable, his WWE contract has many, many more months left on it. This is according to Fightful Select. Apparently, Dax Harwood of FTR in AEW mentioned something about Gable being available in May and his contract potentially being up in May, which caused speculation about Gable's contract with the WWE. It's now July, and Gable has been used on TV quite regularly with Otis. And in recent months, a new tag team has been formed in the Alpha Academy. Now, Fightful is reporting that Dax's tweet was actually in jest, and Gable's contract with WWE still has plenty of time left on it. The report added that they were told by several AEW wrestlers that if Gable does become available, there will be a push to bring him into the company, and a heavy push. So that's that. Gable signed with WWE in 2013 and found success with Jason Jordan in American Alpha, tag team that I thought were broken up way too soon. They did hold the NXT tag team titles. I do believe they were SmackDown tag team champions at one point back in that early SmackDown day, 2016. After being split from Jordan obviously went to Monday Night Raw. He became a single. He became a tag team with Seth Rollins. He became Kurt Angle's illegitimate son. Chad Gable went on to become Shorty G, a comedy character that was embarrassing. And now he dropped the character a year ago, and now he's a tag team with Otis, who dropped his tag team partner as well, or Bruce dropped Tucker from Otis. Heavy Machinery was killed, and they just reformed a new tag team together. But Gable, he will thrive anywhere, man. It doesn't have to be AEW. He's just got a lot of friends in AEW. But you put that guy over in New Japan and let him go into a G1 Climax or have him wrestle somebody over there, man. Can you imagine the work he'd do over there? Oh, my goodness. Chad Gable is very underappreciated, man. WWE better keep an eye out when that guy's contract is up. He's going to be a sought-after guy. WWE, I hope that they grasp how wanted and sought-after Chad Gable is going to be when he's a free agent. I don't think they know right now. But when they see all the attention he gets, then WWE is going to get their ass in motion. And they're going to throw him money that he can't refuse just simply to keep him away from everybody else. That's the sad thing about it. The rest of the show, man, we got the main event segment, which was Edge calling out Roman Reigns. So Edge was in the ring. He mocked Roman Reigns and the Usos for their reunion earlier. Edge doesn't care how many minions Roman Reigns has. He's winning the title at Money in the Bank. Sorry, Mr. Edge. No, you're not. No, you're not, as I take a sip of my cold beverage. I'll drink to that. No, he's not. Says anyone who gets in their way, or his way, will look like this. So there you go. So we see what we got with Jimmy Uso last week with the steel chair, metal rod in his face, in his mouth. So Reigns and the Usos and Paul Heyman were watching backstage. Edge is going on about warnings towards Roman Reigns about Money in the Bank. He gets hyped up. He calls Roman Reigns to the ring. He says he's pulling his Punk card. Nothing with CM Punk, geeks. His Punk card. Edge then asked where Roman Reigns is. We see Reigns, Heyman, and Usos backstage. Reigns stands up. He tells the Usos, don't go nowhere. Stay here. I'm going to do this on my own. Reigns takes the Universal title from Heyman, walks off. Heyman eventually follows him. Edge paces around the ring, yelling at Reigns to come out. So we see Reigns and Heyman in Gorilla. Reigns hands the title to Heyman. Heyman wishes Reigns he wouldn't do this, but Reigns heads to the ring by himself without the Universal Championship. So we see the Usos backstage. They're watching. They're worried this is a trap. They head out to the ring when Roman told them not to come out there. So the Usos' music hits. They're standing behind Reigns. He's surprised that they are out there. I told you to stay in the back, he says. Let me do this. He called me out. I'm going to take care of him, not you. So Jimmy and Jay encourage Reigns, telling him to lay Edge down. Edge then waits, calls Reigns into the ring. They stare off. They start throwing haymakers at each other. The Usos jump on the apron because the Mysterio's theme music hits. Booyaka, booyaka. 619. Booyaka, booyaka. Rey and Dominic Mysterio, they come out, and they don't come down the ramp. They come from the opposite way, and they nail Jimmy and Jey Uso with steel chairs. So Edge gets the upper hands on Reigns in the ring. Rey and Dominic continue to go at the Usos at ringside. There's super kicks and chair shots flying all over the place. Reigns with a big DDT in the middle of the ring, or Edge rather, with a DDT on Reigns in the middle of the ring. Uso was then taken out by Dominic. Edge was readying a spear. One of the Usos stopped him on the outside, and the other kicked Edge right in the face. Rey makes a save. Dominic joins in. Dominic ends up doing a double 619 on both the Usos after Rey had Hurricanrana both of them. Edge hits a spear on Jey Uso. Reigns runs away. He runs away from everything that's going on. So he's up on top of the ramp, and Rey and Dominic hold Jey down to the mat. Edge brings in the steel chair rod again, and he puts the cross face on Jey with the metal rod in his mouth again. Jey passes out. Edge takes the mic and warns Reigns, 1 week, I'm taking your title. Edge drops back down with the steel rod, applying the crossface on Jey once again. Edge then applies the same hold to Jimmy again, just like he did last week. Jimmy taps as Edge is tightening this crossface on Jimmy Uso. Reigns is watching from the ring, and that is it, man. The Mysterios, Edge, they got the Usos grounded, beating them up. as SmackDown goes off the air. Didn't like that. I didn't like that ending, man. I did not like Roman Reigns running away. I did not like Roman Reigns running away, man. It made him look a little unlike the tribal chief. It really made him look cowardly. It made him look weak. I'm not about making Roman Reigns look weak, man. And on one hand, it makes him look weak. It makes him look weak. On the other hand, you know, he didn't need the Usos' help, but he then has no problem with the Usos getting beat up for him in the middle of the ring. So next week, he should really be thanking them that they were out there anyway when he told them not to go out there. Because he just got done telling everybody we're stronger as a family. Clearly, what you said proved to be true. You're stronger as a family. You're not stronger by yourself. I don't like the way that made Roman Reigns look, man. I'm not worried about it. I just don't like Roman Reigns looking weak in these types of situations. But Roman Reigns is more than likely going to retain the Universal Championship at Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns is going into SummerSlam still your Universal Champion as we get that rumored match in the main event at SummerSlam between Reigns and John Cena. Awesome. So that is that, guys. That is your review. And I appreciate you hanging out with me on your Friday night. We are going to go over some super chats right now, man. We are going to start at the top here, but quickly I want to say thank you to everybody. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications. And hit that thumbs up, man. We got 774 likes in the live stream. Let's try for 1,000. That is the goal right now. It is free to do so. So hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and the live stream today. Also, follow me on social media at Twitter at JDfromNY206. And that is on Instagram as well. Make sure you guys go and check all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. We got Monday Night Raw, NXT Great American Bash, Dynamite, which right now is at 33,000 views. Jesse and I killed it on Wednesday night, man. And make sure you guys keep an eye and an ear out for Off the Script tomorrow, episode 382. 2.5 hours of audio and video content, man. We go over a ton of shit. It's a really great show tomorrow, as it is always. I love doing Off the Script. But thank you guys for all your support, and thank you to the super chats tonight, man. Get them on in. We'll hang out. And the super chat line is open. Let's start at the top here, man. We got the Gary Sphere with a $5 super chat. Pleased to say I was lucky enough to get tickets for that sold out, quote-unquote, failing company's pay-per-view. All out. I'm so pumped. See you and Jesse in Chicago. You're one of the lucky ones, Gary. Jesse and I will see you there, brother. It's going to be a great time. Susan D'Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, Vince and Bruce need to be smacked upside the head ASAP. You ain't telling me nothing I don't already know, Susan. Seriously, they do. Michelle Moran with a $10 super chat. It was great to see the Mysterios back. It looks like Jimmy Uso gets off scot-free. And how much longer can the Usos look like suckers by helping Roman, but he clearly leaves them hanging like tonight? You know, I didn't like it either. Like I just got done saying, I thought it made Roman Reigns look weak. We should not be in a position to make Roman Reigns look weak at all. He's the head of the table. He doesn't need to go to those lengths. But I think the reason why WWE did it is because we're getting a we're getting a six-man tag next week. We're getting Edge and Mysterios versus Roman and the Usos next week in the main event of SmackDown. And I think that's going to be in front of the live audience. They want a really big main event for a big night, so I think that's what they're doing. And then clearly they're going with the Usos and Mysterios at SummerSlam. And Edge and Rollins is going to happen at SummerSlam, and then Reigns can move on to Cena. So that's the going plan for the Tribal Chief and family. Jerry Ramey with a $20 super chat, and he leaves no message. Jerry Ramey with a $20 super chat, and he leaves absolutely no message, bro. Listen, go buy yourself a beverage at the bar and tip your bartender well. Don't be shy here, bro. Seriously. Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. JD, got to admit, Carmella is hot. However, it's going to take more than sexy to beat Bianca unless WWE changes the match. Carmella's not winning the championship, bro. Carmella's not winning the championship. You have absolutely nothing to worry about there, man. It's going to be Bianca and Sasha at SummerSlam. Get this guy out of the chat. ABH1G. Get him out of the fucking chat. Don't tell me what to fucking do, motherfucker. Get him out. Go spread that shit somewhere else, motherfucker. Get him out. Tenario 128 with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, not looking forward to these NXT call-ups. Neither am I, Tenario. Why should we care about NXT call-ups, man? Name me one NXT call-up that has succeeded after immediately being called, because Keith Lee and Damian Priest are fucking thriving on Monday night, right? Fuck out of here. Thank you, Tenario. CC Steven with a $5 super chat. He says, thank you, JD, for all that you do. Jimmy should be in rehab, not on TV. A DUI is serious business, and WWE should be ashamed of themselves. Keep speaking the truth. Five times. It's serious one time. He's done it 5. WWE clearly doesn't care, man. The Anoa'i family can murder somebody in cold blood. Everybody's going to turn the other cheek, man, and not even be concerned with it. Tenario with another $5. Hey, JD, is there a good place in the Bronx to get a good meatball hoagie? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good question. There used to be a place on Tremont Avenue, man. It was a fucking low-key, hole-in-the-wall fucking sub shop right by Lehman High School, and it closed down. I forgot the fucking name of it, man. Guy made a killer meatball hoagie, man. I was there almost every week. But normally I just go to, when I'm in Jersey, I go and get a, I go to Dino's in Margate, and then there's, you know, there's obviously Wawa. I mean, that's just fast food, really. But I go to, what the fuck is the name of the place? I can't think of it right now. It'll come to me. I'm so fucking tired, man. I don't even know my fucking meatball heroes anymore. Jesus fucking Christ. No, there's no good meatball places in the Bronx. That's the shit thing about it, man. And when you do get a meatball sub in the Bronx, it's generic. The sauce is plain. It's like they took it right from a fucking jar and they didn't season it up. Really? I make it better. You could come to my fucking house. I'll make you a meatball sandwich. Michael Raymond with a $2 super chat. JD, get ready. Adam attacked Bayley for Papa Cole. Well, don't put that out there in the universe, please. Don't put that out there in the universe. This motherfucker, man. That's what I'm talking about. You see that? Look, I'm going to show you guys right now. Look at this shit. You got Issa, Demon Diva, in the chat. Look, she's sending me pictures of Roman. Sending me pictures of Roman, man, and he's watching. He's watching the fucking podcast, man. Look. The smartest dog in all of the state is little Roman, man. Look at that. Michael Raymond with a $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Vishnu Vanderflute with a $1.99 super chat. Mr. D, no like Sonya, give me more Mansoor. I don't know, man. I'd rather look at Sonya than Mansoor, but who's asking? Do you really expect Mansoor to get any sort of push on Monday Night Raw, man? Maybe you should go watch a different fucking show, man. Seriously. Michael Raymond with another $5 super chat. Conspiracy theory. Roman is ejecting the Usos and bringing in Edge so they can be tag team champions while the Usos burn in RK Bros light. It's a slow burn, JD. Michael Raymond, stop smoking the Magic Dragon, bro. Put it down. I don't know where you're getting these silly ideas, man. Roman and Edge are not becoming a team. Please. No more makeshift tag teams that are held together by Scotch tape and fucking Elmer glue, man. Stop it. Fallen Exposure with a $2 super chat. WWE changes names to differentiate them from NXT. Yes, because NXT does it better. And granted, NXT hasn't been that good. It's been okay. There's clearly still something missing from NXT, but there's no reason to change the woman's name. Why do we need to have her just known as Shotzi? Next time when I play Yahtzee, I'm gonna yell, Shotzi! She's not a fucking board game that I could buy at Toys R Us. JD, are you a fan of Guns N' Roses? Said Scenario 128 with a $5 super chat. No. I am not. I think Guns N' Roses is fucking cringe, man. But Axl Rose, who gives a shit about Axl Rose? Go listen to what Slash is doing, man. Slash has a couple of solo albums with my boy Miles Kennedy. Fuck a Guns N' Roses, man. I don't know why I said Toys R Us, man. Is Toys R Us even still a thing? Are they back in business or what? Don't tell me you guys don't appreciate a good Toys R Us, man. Toys R Us was appointment shopping, man. You see a Toys R Us, no matter where you are, you go into it. Even if you don't buy nothing, you look around. They had the best Legos. They had the best action figures. They had a whole video game section. Come on, man. Jesse says they changed Shotzi's name because the name Black isn't sitting well with Vince this week. Oh, man. Jesse's a comedian, man. What'd I tell you, man? Go fucking pack the ice bin, bro. Stop making comments here. Fucking stealing my thunder on my fucking show, man, inside my venue. I don't see your fucking name on the wall. Toys R Us is still in Canada, says Lion 2012. Don't you guys got EB Games up there as well? We got the lowly GameStop down here. Who the fuck shops at GameStop, man? You buy a game at $60, you trade it in, they'll give you fucking 30 cents for it the next day. Who is this guy, man? I don't even know your name, bro. Who is this guy's name? What a $5 super chat. Chung chung ching chung chung. What is this guy's name? Look at this guy's, I can't even pronounce, I don't speak fucking Chinese. Found your channel through AEW and you're very entertaining. You have a new fan. What's your name, bro? Don't let me start calling you fucking chicken and broccoli. Come on, bro. You can call me, Pasta Ragu if you want to call me fucking something, man. What's your name? Egg roll. Fuck out of here, man. What's your fucking name? I can't read that. How am I supposed to thank you for a super chat, man? Ricochet with a $4.99 suit. John China is his name. There you go. We'll just call him John China. I appreciate the comments, man. Thank you. I'm glad to have you here. What's your fucking name? What's your name? Oh, give me a break. I'm just trying to be fucking funny, man. Funny. Fuck your feelings, you fucking geeks. Oh, man. Ricochet with a $4.99 super chat. Heard Shotzi is going to be Peter Criss and an all-female Kiss cover gimmick with Nikki Cross as Jean and Naomi as Paul Stanley. Sounds better than whatever Nikki Cross is doing now. Or Nikki S. Is that her name? Nikki S? Nikki Ash Ketchum? How many Pokemon you think she got in her Pokedex, bro? Oh, I have 67 Pikachu! I'm looking for Mewtwo! My favorite is Squirtle! Jesse, I'm taking you down with me in a ball of flame, bro. You ain't going nowhere. Michael Raymond with a $5 super chat. I think what SmackDown needs is Seth attacking and losing to jobbers. Is Keith Lee in detention? Much love to JD, Edgar Estrada, Jesse, and Rick O'Shea. Seth is, Are there any jobbers on SmackDown? That's what I want to know. Most of Monday Night Raw is jobbers. Go over there. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. Yes, Keith Lee is in, Keith Lee went to Jenny Craig, bro. Vince sent him to Jenny Craig to work on his physique. You heard it here first. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. Please enable subscriber only mode. Was it that bad tonight? Do I have to up the subscriber or been a subscriber of said weeks? Right now, you have to be a subscriber for 3 weeks to chat here. Do I need to upgrade it to 2 months? And Jesse left me to serve all these crazy OTS beasts by myself. That's what he does. Slacks off, sneaks around with the bartenders, he's chit-chatting away. He's complaining that he doesn't have a Vex Mythoclast and how he hasn't done a Vault of Glass. I know. He thinks the ladies are interested in his Destiny failures, man. I can't help him. I can't help him. Then he wants to ask me for a raid help. He can't even fucking fill an ice bin correctly. He's asking me to get him a Fatebringer. Fuck out of here, bro. You think Fatebringers come easy? AJ Watson with a $5 super chat. I feel like Roman and Jay are going to turn on Jimmy next week, and that will be the next feud going into the next pay-per-view to teach him a lesson. AJ, the next pay-per-view is SummerSlam. The Usos are winning the tag team championships, man. Nobody's teaching any of the Anoa'i family a lesson. Biggest Wood Gaming becomes a new member, bro. You're sitting VIP back there, man. What are you drinking? That's what happens when you're around the bartenders in the venue, man. You get the biggest wood, but they don't like the game. Sorry to tell you. Montreal Rather with a $5 super chat. With Tommy N now in AEW, Malachi Black. Get it right. How long do you think it will be before Zelina Vega gets the Lana treatment special? Well, she wasn't on the show this week. I wonder where she is. Where is Miss Vega? That house must be coming along swimmingly, that she tweeted about last night. Jimmy Fingers 19 with a $5.19 super chat. Funny how Cole and McAfee acknowledged who Shotzi and Teagan were on arrival, but Graves and Saxton never heard of Piper Niven. Well, you mean Donut Drop? They don't give a fuck about NXT UK on this show, man. Shy God 97 with a $4.99 super chat. Sup to my homie JD. Haven't watched since they broke up the Hurt Business. That hurt me bad. Bro, the Monday Night Raws before they broke up the Hurt Business didn't hurt you bad, but breaking up the Hurt Business did hurt you? You're a stronger man than I expected, bro. But yes, breaking up the Hurt Business was fucking terrible. Indigo with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Indigo. Much respect, JD. Zellout Vega wasn't even on the show tonight, laughing my ass off. Yeah, she was in catering. She was in catering, man. She loved the seasoned green beans that Titus served up tonight, man. I heard they were unbelievable. Put them in the oven for about 25 minutes, man. Beautiful. Nice char to them. Wishing Bayley a speedy recovery. Another awesome live stream. Thank you, Indigo. We got Issa, the NYC Demon Diva, $2.99, showing some love for me and the real Tribal Chief. Of course. Roman. Issa's Roman is the real Tribal Chief. Acknowledge him. Always. When you see him online, on social media, on Instagram, on Twitter, you like that fucking picture, man. I'm telling you right now. I'll hunt you down. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. What's up, JD? Thoughts on a match for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania between Bianca Belair and your girl, Toni Storm? Also, I think Toni should be a face as well. This is a great time to reset Toni, man. She was not working as a heel. Toni needs to be a babyface. And I don't care what goes on, man. Sasha, give me heel Sasha and babyface Toni, man. Money. Money. Majin Styles with a $5 super chat. Would you say that Kevin Owens was the last successful call from NXT, and I won't mind if Bayley is on commentary until she heals up? I would like to think that WWE wants to keep Bayley somewhat prominent on TV, even in the midst of her injury. I don't know if that will be happening. But I think the last successful call-up from NXT, it might be Kevin Owens, which is fucking sad. I don't know how you have someone like Damian Priest on Monday Night Raw and he's factored into nothing on the show. What a joke. Russ Constantine with a $5 super chat, celebrating my 29th birthday tonight. Happy birthday, Russ. I hope that you enjoy yourself or have enjoyed yourself today. I feel great, he says. Thank you for being the savior and the voice of the voiceless of wrestling. Cheers. Thank you, Russ. Happy birthday, brother. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. What were your thoughts on the 3-minute warning back from 2002 with Eric Bischoff, Rico, Rosie, and Jamal, a.k.a. Umaga? I wasn't a fan. I was a fan of Umaga. I was not a fan of those guys in that time. Elite Tex Gaming 02 with a $5 super chat. What's up, JD? 1 week later, no Zelina Vega. Wouldn't be surprised if she's released again shortly after Money in the Bank. Hope she didn't see it coming. I don't know. Well, the reason why she wasn't on TV is because you know who debuted on Wednesday. It's still fresh to Vince McMahon, bro. Andres with a $5 super chat. I don't know who's the dumber front office, WWE or my Rockies. Should add the Braves to that list as well, man. You know, the funny thing is, the Braves, I think they're not even that far out of first place, man. They beat the Marlins 5-0 tonight. Charlie Morton pitched a fucking gem. And the Braves are 4.5 games out of first place. It's not like the Mets are playing any better. So we still got a shot. Not like it matters anyway, man. They get to the playoffs, it's fucking not even worth watching. They're not going anywhere anyway. Laura Conway with a $4.99 super chat. JD, you cracking me up tonight. Thanks for the entertainment. As always, Laura, thank you. Sean Williams with a Canada $5 super chat. I know someone debuting on the main roster and getting a title shot off the bat isn't logical, but would you have preferred Shotzi versus Bianca at Money in the Bank? No. No. I would have canceled the match altogether. You see, WWE wouldn't be in this fucking problem if they had somebody else built up underneath Bayley and didn't go with only one challenger for Bianca. WWE wouldn't be in this problem if they made wins matter. That's what they get. They caused this themselves. So then when they have their main challenger injured, then they have to rely on an NXT call-up or someone like Carmella who doesn't deserve a fucking thing. But what the fuck do I know, man? What do I know? Only the smartest fucking guy here. Jonathan Costello with a $9.99 super chat. I haven't been on much, but that's only because I'm in Minnesota at the moment. But no matter where I'm at, I'll be here to support the tribal chief of the IWC. Keep up the great work, JD. Hope you're well. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you, man. I don't know what you're doing in Minnesota, but hopefully it's not as hot as it is here. Bradley Xavier with a $2 Australian. So Murphy was accidentally in the Roman 2019 story. I don't know. They had a great match together. That's all I remember. Who cares? He's going to end up in AEW. Good for him. Kevin Castle, what's up, man? Daniel Rodriguez, $9.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. Since you go to the Bronx a lot, you must enjoy the Puerto Rican and Dominican food over there. There's one place in the Bronx that I like, the Havana Cafe, man. Love it. Excellent. It's right on Tremont Avenue, too. Not too far from Lehman High School, man. Love it. Excellent food. They got one fucking awesome empanada, man. They got some damn good drinks there, man. Powerful drinks. They know how to make them over there. Also, fuck General Jerry and Wrestling Jesus bashing you. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Much love. I don't know who Wrestling Jesus is. Who gives a shit, really? Fuck out of here, man. General Jerry, man. The guy's been through how many fucking channels? There's a reason for zero growth from that section of the black hole of the community, man. It's because they fucking suck. There's no content that is genuine emanating from that part of the IWC, man. They only shit on others who are successful because they can't find any success themselves. But they'll clip something on this show and then use it to brag to their fucking subscribers. Oh, look at him. He's done so wrong and blah, blah, blah. If they're worried about themselves as much as they do me, maybe they'd make some fucking money on this platform like I am. I don't see them with 2,000 people on a fucking Monday night. I don't see them with 4,000 people on a random pay-per-view Sunday. Whatever, man. I don't need to flex or anything. Give me a break. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Gonna miss Bayley. One of the few things good about SmackDown, and how does Jimmy Uso get so many breaks? Pays to be related to Roman. Bro, he's in Anoa'i. I'm gonna miss Bayley as well. She was the MVP, and Sasha was the MVP of WWE last year. Matthew Malnar. Hey, JD, just want to stop by and show my appreciation. Thank you for doing us all a favor and watching this horror show, OTS for life. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you, brother. Daniel Rodriguez with a $4.99 super chat. Is your beard turning gray much faster because of all the stress from watching these cringe shows? JD, you're getting old on us. Daniel, my beard is much grayer now because I haven't trimmed it in about a month. I actually like how thick it is, bro. So the more thicker it is, the more gray it is. Plus, I'm actually quite fond of the salt and pepper look I got going on, man, knowing that not many people got that type of situation going on. Very difficult for people to do, man. I got it all natural. Akio Majima. Are they $5 super chat? There's his name. Holy shit. Apologies on the name, but thanks for the laugh. Should have thought that through. Akio, thank you, brother. I don't mean to be offensive, bro. As long as you can laugh at my nonsense, we're all good. Appreciate you, man. Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. Yo, JD, sad to hear about Bayley's injury. Wish her a speedy recovery. SmackDown is now the land of the booty. Just need Naomi. Cheers. My boy Kedrick is in the chat. The Orlando Wolverine. He met No Dollar today. Jesse's favorite wrestler in NXT, man. Top dollar. Jesse's favorite rapper. Top dollar. $0, No Dollar. Hopefully he said some good things about me, bro. Not the $0 situation, though. I don't want him to come after me, man. Matthew Malnar with a $5 super chat. Is Vince really all that surprised to see his release talent go to AEW, New Japan, or an Impact? What the fuck does he expect? I don't know, man. Maybe don't release somebody like Aleister Black? I mean, why would you ever release somebody like Aleister Black, bro? It's fucking ridiculous. And he's gonna be bigger than he ever was in WWE. It's unbelievable. And he's in a match against Cody Rhodes. So good on him, bro. Guys, I think that's all we got, man. I think that's all we got for super chats. We're all out. Oh, we got another one. As soon as I said that, man. Daniel Rodriguez, $3.99. Just YouTube Wrestling Jesus. Bash. JD from NY 206. Bro, why is anybody using the Lord's name in vain? That's what I want to know. Wrestling Jesus? What is he trying to tell me? That he's the savior of the IWC? How many subscribers does he have? Never even heard of the fucking guy. Then he's in a tag team with General Jerry? Who goes by the fucking title of General in the IW? What are you, what are you, an amateur? General Jerry reporting for duty. Give me a break. I don't even know these guys, man. I never watched 5 minutes of content, man. Who gives a shit? People are here because they want to be here, man. You know, I'm very fortunate to have a voice in the community that people want to listen to. When something big happens, people want to know, oh man, what does JD think? When they could get to that point, then come talk to me. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. Really. Anyway, guys, I am about to get out of here, man. I have a busy day tomorrow. Off the Script will be live on YouTube. 5 p.m. I don't know what the title of the video is going to be, but 5 p.m., man. There's a lot of stuff. 2.5 hours. Should be good. General Jerry is a huge Kevin Castle fan. LOL. I'll tell him JD is my boy. Well, you go do that, Kev. I don't know. I don't know what I do to these people, man. I'll come to the fucking club when the club opens, man. You and I can have a fucking drink. These people are fucking mental. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here, guys. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You guys know the deal. Edgar Estrada! Yo, fuck everyone else, I'll be here to support my tribal chief. Have a good weekend, Jerry. OTS fan prayers for Mama Grimm with the $20 super chat. Thank you, Edgar. Guys, I'm taking my cold beverage. Windows are down in the Mustang. I need 2 things from me. Number 1, I need those guitar emojis in the chat. Number 2, the sweet sounds of Pilot Man. I need that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Off the Script. Thank you to everybody that super chatted and hung out in the venue tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 382. See you guys later.